All right. I think we're pretty much ready to get started here. Let me just pull this up real fast. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Great to see an awesome turnout. This is going to be our department's first breakout session for New Student Welcome Night. So just to kind of give you a little bit of a brief introduction, my name is Jay Schunkweiler. I'm joined here by my supervisor, Dave Okawa. You should be here. Can you hear us, Dave?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
All right. So we are the team over at Student Activities for Cypress College. We're joined today by associated students. They're going to be our student government leaders on your campus. They're an awesome team. We have a good number of them today. Let's see, Nicolette's here. Can you hear us, Nicolette?
Yeah, right here.
All right, perfect. Do you want us to just turn it over to you real quickly so you can introduce everybody and maybe we can go one by one real fast?
Yeah, of course. All right. So
Cool.
for those of you who, oh wait, am I unmuted or?
No, you're good. I hear you.
I'm good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who have yet to meet me, my name is Nicolette Garcia. This is my second year at Cypress College. I'm an anthropology major, and I just joined Associated Students last year as a senator, and I was lucky enough to be elected this year as president of Associated Students. And I'm really glad that you have an opportunity to meet the rest of the team. So I'm gonna pass it off. I believe my EVP is here, Garrett, so he can introduce himself next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Garrett Sepulveda. I'm the Executive Vice President at Associated Students. My major is Human Services, and I have been at Cypress, I think, for 3 years now, so I'm junior in college. I'll pass it on to our trustee, Esther. Is Esther in?
You might not be in.
Not in yet?
Quite yet. Let me see.
Yeah, she was attending another meeting.
Okay. America?
Okay, hi guys. My name is America. I am the Vice President of Campus Activities for this school year. This is my second year at Cypress. Last year I joined Associated Students as an activities coordinator, and then this year I am now Vice President of Campus Activities. So if you guys have any questions or like any ideas regarding the activities or any events happening on campus, you can just shoot me an email if you want. I'll put it in the chat. So yeah. I'll pass it on to Josh.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Josh Boynton. Second year at Cypress College, history and government major, and I'm currently serving as the Vice President of Student Organizations and the Chairman of the Interclub Council. So I deal with everything related to any student organizations or any clubs on campus. Like America, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. But yeah, that's me. Pass it on to Andrea now, I guess. Andrea?
Hi guys, I'm Andrea. I am a second year. I am VP of Public Relations, so I handle social media and outreach to the students and the community. I am a nursing and film major, so 2 majors, yeah. Make sure to follow our Instagram. I'll put the @ in the chat. But yeah, if you have any questions, just follow it and DM me.
Awesome. All right, so let's see if we can get started here. Let me pull up our presentation real fast. Give me 1 sec. All right. All right, can everybody see this all right?
Yep, just popped up, Jay, I think.
Perfect, sounds good. All right, so I guess we can get started here real fast. We're gonna try to blaze through this presentation relatively quickly. So basically our department is split up into 3 different sections essentially. There's an overall department, and that's going to be student activities. Associated students, the student government on campus, they operate within our department. And then the Interclub Council operates as an extension of Associated Students. So collectively, we make up student life on campus for the most part. So we'll give you a brief rundown here. I can toss it over to Dave and he can kind of give you an overview of our department.
Sure, not a problem. Hi, my name is Dave Okawa. I'm the Director of Student Activities. I oversee that particular area, which includes, Jay already mentioned, the 3 different areas on campus. So we're all about student life. Hopefully, some of you had the opportunity in your previous academic endeavors to have an opportunity to get involved on campus, whether it's through a club, an academic group, or things of that nature in your previous educational experience. But this is another level. This is another area in which we hope that you would want to continue to move on if you haven't done so, or if you haven't even. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage of some of the things that we do here on campus. Student activities is, and I'll touch base on that because that's the realm that I'll cover, is basically the area that in which we house student life as well as associated students and some of the clubs, or inter-club council as we call it. So our main concern in the Student Activity Center is to provide an environment that's safe, supportive, and all the overall well-being of our students. And it will hopefully fostering a rich environment in regards to anything extracurricular other than just the academics. Yes, academics are important, and we always have that saying, you're a student first and you want to focus on that. But I think the key is too that studies do show that if you do extracurriculars as well, you tend to be a little more successful. Just from my standpoint, I hope if you get involved, and you get involved whether it's a club or a student, associated students, we will hopefully give you some tools that will help you along the way, not only in your educational process, but will also get you, help you in your professional fields that you get into in the future. So we're about leadership, we're about getting together with like-minded individuals in clubs and exploring those avenues. You can develop some great friendships, and that socialization part of student life and student activities is what we're focusing on. Just to touch base on it, our Student Activity Center is getting remodeled. We will be getting placed into a new remodeled home right next to our Veterans Resource Center. Maybe if you haven't been on campus, obviously, you wouldn't know that, but the area is going to be remodeled, and hopefully in the spring sometime, if this pandemic does wail somewhat and we are able to come back on campus, you'll get to take advantage of that as too. Student Activities also is the house of a game room, a computer lab, and a student lounge area. But unfortunately, with our social distancing now, we're not on campus, but hopefully in the future, we will go ahead and do that. But anyway, we want to make sure that your experience here at Cypress College is the best possible. That's why we provide student life. That gives you another avenue of a way of learning and developing as an individual and getting the most out of your educational experience. Just want to go to the next slide, Jay. Okay, so what does student activities do? A lot of times with AS and with the clubs, we do coordinate and do events as well. I think we're planning on, I'm going to leave that to our associated students to explain some of the events they might do, because we're probably going to do that virtually, most of them this time, especially in the fall semester. Currently, we have 36 plus clubs, which means there's a lot of different clubs and organizations you can choose from as well. Hopefully, you might consider associated students as well. You know, associated students is the main focus of representing our student body. And so all our elected officials, the ones that you've met here today, have an opportunity to be involved and have help promote the student voice in regards to that. Even if you aren't involved in associated students, give us a call. Let us know if you have a concern, or if there's something that you see that you think we can improve on as a campus. Let us know, because we are your student voice as well too. The way we do that is through shared governance committees. So we do have students. A lot of our officers will be participating on shared governance committee. And if you don't know what that is, shared governance committees are made up of all different aspects of the campus: administration, faculty, staff, our students, so on and so forth. So all the constituencies are involved. Also, one of the things that we're really on top of, unfortunately with the pandemic, it's a little different. We also have a food pantry as well. And so we'll go into a little more detail in the next slide about that, but we're going to be working on something for getting that squared away. So Jay switched to the slide already. We're going to have on-site food distribution, but it will be a no-touch type or contactless drive-through food distribution. So we're hoping to start that this semester, September 2nd. Hey, if there's a need, absolutely take advantage of that. That's one of the services we provide in the Student Activity Center, and we oversee that. We want to make sure we get the basic needs to the students, so that hopefully that will eliminate one of the obstacles you may have regarding your success on campus as a student. So please take advantage of those things. The information is up there. We're going to be starting this food distribution Wednesday, September 2nd. You will have to make a reservation for that, but we'll be sending out a registration link and a lot more information for that if people need to do that. And if it's not you that utilizes, maybe you have a fellow student who might be able to utilize that. And we just want to make sure that we're here to help promote your success. So that's one of the reasons we're here, and that's one of the ideas that we have going right now for the fall semester. At this point, I think that's about it. Well, here's our contact information in general. If you want to get a hold of student activities, the best way in general is the email. But if you have a question directly to me or to my right hand that you've already met, Jay, those are our contact informations as well too. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about clubs. It doesn't have to necessarily be about student government. If you have a question or a concern in general, please definitely reach out to us. That's what we're here for. And then if we can help answer your questions, we'll get it answered. If we need to direct you to another department that's better suited, absolutely, we're going to do that for you. So we just want to be a friendly face that you can go to, and you can go ahead and ask those questions. And there are the infamous, there are no dumb questions, there are no silly questions. If you don't know, we would rather have you ask. That's very important to us, because we want to make sure you understand and take advantage of all the options you have here at Cypress College, whether it's through us or another division or department or a resource on campus. So I think I kind of babbled on a little bit enough. I'd like to turn this over to our Associated Student President at this time, Nicolette Garcia. Take it away.
All right. Hi again, everyone. So now we're just going to delve into what is Associated Students. Like many of you, when I was first here and started actually with America at my side, we didn't really know what Associated Students was. We were very lucky to have found out about it and to go to the, I believe it was the nearest town hall that was happening that month. And we were able to meet our future team that we are now still with today. All right, next slide, please. All right, so what is Associated Students? So what it is our student government at Cypress College. We provide a lot of like leadership and service opportunities that really build your resume as well as your experience, not only as a student, but just building on your own personal growth as you're transferring or even going into the working force after you finish at Cypress College. Just as Cypress College, we are a leading premier college. As many of you have noticed, even if you've gotten a chance to see the campus, that we are a very high-ranking community college in California, and we're very proud of that. Therefore, in all areas and aspects, we want to meet that high level and earn that rank, especially in Associated Students, since we are the ones that represent the student voice. So we're responsible for working to improve student life and well-being as a whole. And we also work, like America said, for her position in particular, we do organize a lot of events and activities on campus throughout the year. We also work on a lot of student-oriented initiatives. They could be on anything, whether it be like the OCTA bus passes and trying to help you guys out, from doing scholarships and providing them for you, or even having a student hour just for you guys to have a safe space to speak your mind. But our biggest goal is not only to represent our fellow students, but like I said before, we want to make sure that you guys have a voice and that everyone is addressed equally, and that we give back to you just as much as you guys help us out too. And this not only has it right here at our level on the campus, but it even goes beyond that for regional and to the state level. Our council as a whole is made up of 9 executive board members. To go through them really quick, there's mine, of course, as president, but we also have EVP, our student trustee. We have VP of student organizations, our VP of campus activities, and our VP of PR, as well as others that are currently not filled. But we also have room for up to 15 senators and 15 activities coordinators. If any of you are willing to join, are interested, feel welcome to come to our meetings, because those are our entry-level positions. Senators will work more so on those initiatives, and activities coordinators more so on the activities, but both of them definitely delve into all aspects of AS. They're not just set on one side at all, and feel free to jump around and kind of dip their toes in everything and get that really great experience. All right, next slide, please. All right, so our organization, like I did mention before, we do have our regular business meetings that we hold every Monday at the same time from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30. And even though we are operating remotely, we still hold them on Zoom and they're open to everyone to join. And now this year, something that's very new, not only to accommodate the fact that we are virtual, but also the recent events of civil unrest regarding race, we are providing a student hour. We're going to host this every Wednesday from that same time from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 through this fall semester. It will definitely be our first time really trying it out. But this is intended to give students just a safe space to talk about usually sensitive topics. We will also have people who are experts within our own faculty and staff come and speak just to kind of guide that discussion that we're having, so all of you can feel more safe and that you're heard even more so than we've already been doing, because we're always going to be looking to improve and help you guys out even more than we already are. We also remain heavily involved in a lot of different aspects of campus life, even though we are all virtual right now and only on Zoom. We're working on a lot of initiatives right now behind the scenes. I'm very proud of the entire council and my advisors included on all the initiatives that we've either started or we've completed during the summer. Usually the summer is like, for all of you, it's kind of like a break time. Like, we are getting things done, but we're just in preparation for the fall semester. But this year was definitely very unique with the new nature of the learning environment. And I think we definitely step up to the plate. And we're hoping to show you that we're gonna continue doing that through the year and keep doing even better. But yes, let me see. Next slide, please. All right, so I'm sure that some of you are aware, if you did see it when you were signing up for your classes on My Gateway and adding or dropping your classes, that there is an optional AS benefits fee. Usually it was $7, but we have bumped it up recently this year to $13, as we were the only college, I believe, in our entire region that hadn't bumped it up in about 20 years, and rightfully so. This might look a lot to any of you guys, but like I said, this is an optional fee, but we did want to explain more thoroughly that this is actually going directly back to you. And just to give you a few examples, that we use this money to get you guys scholarships, which we are currently working on right now. And also we're putting in the work with another task force other than the scholarship, is actually a COVID relief basket. Per se, we're still working it out, but we definitely want to give back to the students who are heavily in need, and even students who are taking care of their own families who are heavily affected by the COVID pandemic that is still ongoing. So this doesn't only include that, but also the AS events that we hold for all you guys and campus-wide events. It also helps us with club grants. So if any of you guys are in clubs or interested in joining clubs, these club grants will help you guys out if you have something you want to pay for. Maybe it's a special webinar, a lecture, or a virtual field trip, or a fundraiser, anything that you guys want to have. This is giving directly back to you, but also our student-oriented initiatives that are meant to help you guys out, scholarships, like I said, and then just any student life resources that we can give you, that we can come up with. The other one is the student representation fee. This one is only $2, but $1 of it is going to the SSCCC, which stands for the Student Senate for California Community Colleges. This is just like our bigger government that most of you have learned from. You have the local government, and it gets bigger and bigger as you go. So here at Cypress College, of course, we have our own associated students, but also for the majority of our region, we're in Region 8, but the majority of our region's community colleges, the local ones like LBCC and OCC, just to name a few, and of course our sister college, Fullerton College, they all have their own student governments. But there's a government above that that has representatives from all of them, just to have that bigger voice and a wider range, that I actually am also a part of as a treasurer. So $1 will go to this to just increase that representation, where we have a wider net on how many students we're helping out and affecting. But the other dollar is going directly to expenses for us to participate at GA, which is tied into SSCCC, and also all of those other colleges that are representing their student voices just as we are, as well as Seesaw. So these are leadership conferences where there are different initiatives, but even bigger than that on a larger, more official scale, where it's shown to different colleges, and hopefully if it gets enough votes, that it'll actually help out a lot more people, and it will be implemented at every single college, either in a specific region or hopefully all of California. All right, next slide, please. All right, so as far as our fall semester opportunities, we do have a few vacancies within our executive board, including executive secretary, VP of fiscal affairs, VP of internal and external affairs, and of course our activities coordinator and senator positions. If any of you guys are interested, please let me know. But I will tell you that as far as an entry-level position that everyone, like including me and my friend America, and everyone here that started when they first began in AS, is that you have to start as an activities coordinator or a senator. But after one semester of experience, you are able to either be appointed, where you won't have voting abilities, or you will be elected and go through an election process where you will earn that voting ability to get these higher positions that are on the executive board. All right. But yes, just as the title says, like, we really do want you guys to join. This is the purpose of Associated Students, is that we're representing you and your voice. But what better way than to pull from different perspectives, different walks of life, all different types of students. The more diversified we are, it's just the better that we're going to get at our job, because there's no one way to look at anything, and the more minds you have on it, the better the outcome is going to be, and the more possibilities it's going to bring, and the better a campus we're all going to be able to make because of it. So yeah, so please feel free to reach me at my email that is there. I'm also going to put it in the chat, as well as follow us on our Instagram page.
All right, thanks, Nicolette. I think now we can turn it over to Josh. Josh, can you hear us?
Yep.
All right, perfect. All right, we're going to turn it over to Josh, and he's going to run through our co-curricular life at Cypress College.
Alrighty, I'll try to make this quick.
No problem, no problem.
Alrighty, so basically, ICC is the Interclub Council, as I think Dave mentioned earlier. That's one of the three parts of, kind of student activities, what it entails. And so basically, ICC is it's a representative body of every single club on campus. And so every club will have their own representative that they'll send to attend the meetings. And I've always thought it was a great combination of the clubs and AS, getting that, it's the real heart of the connection between the two. And so they're basically, clubs are updated with information regarding AS and everything on campus. And, one of my initiatives going to the school year is encouraging clubs to still meet consistently, as well as, we're still going to have ICC meetings on Mondays, which take place about an hour or half an hour after AS meetings. So feel free to attend those also. Those are also open to the public if you have any questions regarding any specific clubs and whatnot. And yeah, here's a list of our clubs. As Dave said, we have a large selection of them. So, feel free to, join one, join a few. Just have fun with it. There's a lot to offer. I want students to feel like they have a stake here at Cypress College. That's one of my big things, especially running for the position, was, that students could feel invested here. And I think clubs is a great way of doing that, really putting yourself into the college itself and getting involved. And then that's pretty much it. And then, yes, as I said, meeting times. And yes, so as Vice President of Student Organizations, I subsequently also serve as the chair of the ICC. Yeah, so always feel free to come by to, one of the meetings, or feel free to email me. Just some of our core values.
Well, thanks, Josh. So yeah, that's a pretty comprehensive rundown of, all of the clubs and organizations that we offer on campus. We'll be updating that on the campus website as well. So don't worry if you guys didn't catch all of those right now. We're going to be updating everything and all of our information within like the first month or so. So we'll have contact information for everybody, when we have that available to us. So yeah, Dave, real fast, did you just want to touch on our campus and department values real fast before we start taking one or two questions from the responses? Can you hear us, Dave?
He's muted.
Oh, you might be muted.
It's the infamous Zoom meeting. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem,
I
no
apologize for that because I didn't want any background noise coming into play here. But yeah, no, we've got some core values that the campus has set up for us, and so they're stated here. Looks like here on our interclub council kind of a thing as well too, because we follow that as our guidelines. So we want to be demonstrate excellence in all we do. And so along with that, the clubs do as well, and as well as associated students. And by excellence, we mean we're going to be doing our best, and we're going to be providing the best for our students as well as ourselves in this educational experience. We want to have integrity while we do that. We want to make sure that we're not contradicting ourselves in any way, shape, or form by saying one thing and going another direction. So we want to make sure we are always very following an integrity guideline regarding that. Collegiality, we want to make sure that we are very collegial as a group. That's why our clubs, even though a club may have a certain focus, let's say it's a religious club, but it must be open to all students. We want to make sure that it's collegial, but that also leads into inclusiveness as well too. We want to be all inclusive because it's a potential to learn anyway and from different realms. As a club, you're going to be focusing on whatever your club is going to be focusing on, whether it's an academic thing, whether it's a religious thing, whether it's a social thing, whether it's something of that nature. But you also want to get everybody involved because of the fact that you can learn from each other. So that's why we expect that all clubs are inclusive, including associated students. We want to make sure that it's open to everybody. And that's one of the guidelines in our bylaws for clubs as well as associated students. So that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. That's just a brief general kind of things, but I want to hear from you guys because I'm sure you guys might have some questions. We'd love to answer that for you guys. And in that way, hopefully you could be informed and maybe make some decisions on extracurriculars you might want to be involved in here at Cypress College. Thank you.
Most of these are relatively straightforward to answer. So one that showed up a few times is where do you go to join a club and how do you join them? To do that, you can email our department directly, or you can email an AS executive officer. You can email Nicolette Garcia, for example. You can email Josh Boynton. We're more than happy to get you in touch with the representatives of these clubs and get you involved on campus. So they'll be filling out their paperwork within the first month or so of classes. And then we'll be posting that updated list of every active club on campus. We should have that available on the campus website once we have all that information squared away. Other question is who provides the food donations? We have our campus and our district actually has a partnership with a nonprofit organization called Pathways of Hope. So if you have any specific questions regarding food distribution, relay those questions to our department directly, and we might be able to get you in touch with our navigator from Pathways of Hope as well. They might be able to work something out with you too. Other than that, I think there's only one last question that we have time to answer here, and that's what does the activity, what does an activities coordinator do in AS? Can anybody in AS answer that real fast before we start signing off here?
I can.
There you go.
But maybe America would be best because she was an activities coordinator. So I'll let her go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I can answer that. So basically an activities coordinator kind of just helps around with whatever is needed. They work with the VP of campus activities, which is me. And then activities coordinator will just help organize and execute and plan out any events that go on throughout the year. They can also pitch any ideas. So yeah, it's basically just helping execute and plan out any events that we need to do throughout the year. So
yeah, and just so you all know, if you're a senator or an activities coordinator, that's the starting position that you come into AS with to start. But that doesn't mean that you're, we don't consider you an equal or anything. Everybody within the organization is all on the same page. So, you know, if you have ideas to bring to the table, we're more than happy to hear them. You know, everybody, we definitely manage the organization on a level playing field. So that's something that we definitely try to pride ourselves on. I think, oh, sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Really fast, Harley, did you have any comment regarding being an activities coordinator?
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone.
He's an actual activities coordinator, that's why.
Yeah, so my name is Harley Tran, and I'm currently an activities coordinator of AS. I just joined the organization since like summer, and it is a very fun experience. I really encourage all of you to join AS starting as a senator or activities coordinator, because like I said, we have the equal opportunities to share our initiative and maybe to improve our campus as like an essential member of the AS. So really encourage you guys to join. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, thanks, Harley. All right, I think that's going to be all the time that we have. If anybody that's attending this meeting is interested in jumping into another meeting, then just reference the landing page and you should be able to hop into the next meeting accordingly. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming. Like we said before, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. We're really excited to have you guys here and we want you as involved in as we possibly can you know, throughout this coming year, despite the remote circumstances. All right.
Thank you very much. We're a fun group. I will hope to see you out there. Get involved, represent, but more than anything, enjoy your experience here at Cypress College. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.